education first. And this is why I was working so hard towards school so I can finish and start focusing on modeling. And then I got discovered, everything changed.
So what was that like when you first got discovered and started early in the business?
When I first got discovered, obviously it was very exciting. I was doing it for the money, not for the look, not for it. I was like, this is a job. I gotta work and make money now. So I was excited and I thought like this was gonna be like easy. I'm skinny, I'm tall, but no, it's a challenge. It's a whole competition. It's like a beast. So I had to really refocus and say, wait a minute, this is not just a walk in the park. This is a whole bunch of other women that I have to compete with now. And like, I never give up. I'm a hardworking person. I don't give up. So I did what I had to do. And it was not easy, but it worked out.
Did you take because look, it's not, everyone thinks it's such a glamorous job, but like you get rejected and you're told, I mean, were you like, you're too, big, lose weight, like all these typical things that you're picturing in your mind when someone's
oh yeah, I used to get that all the time. I remember the first time I got rejected, I almost wanted to kill myself. I was like, what's wrong with me? Everybody's saying I'm beautiful, I'm this, I'm that. Why they're not hiring me? It takes me a few years to realize just because they don't book you for the job doesn't mean that you're not good. And that's a problem that a lot of models make. They're like, oh, I cannot believe I didn't book this runway show or this booking. But it's not that you're not good. Every client know what they're looking for. You may think you have the perfect nose. They may want a different shaped nose. You may think your hair is perfect like this, and they may want an afro. So it's all depends what the clients want. And I got to a place where I understand that. And it's good when you know.
So. What about, did you see anything like seedy? You hear like in every business, but especially in modeling, you hear like all the casting couch stories. So especially nowadays, you hear so many stories.
Oh my God, I have so many horror stories, like me going to parties, being exposed, like and seeing people doing drugs. And it's like, also, it was a lot of like photographers. They try to get you to go naked. People try to touch you. It's chaos. Like this whole modeling world, it's beautiful, it's amazing. It brings you lots of money, but there is also a dark side to it, I believe. And this is why with my children, I said, no. Everyone's asking me, oh, your daughter should be a model. I said, nope. Your son should be a model. Nope. So.
Just because of, what the industry is.
Oh my God. Yeah. There is a there's a side of it that's like really dark.
What do you think about like modeling today? Like you have like the, the Kendall Jenners and like the Gigi Hadids, and like now it's all, there's a lot of famous families, and now we have these daughters that are.
Yeah, I feel like modeling today, I mean, it's still hard work, because even all of these influencers, all these models that already have their family setting up the route for them. I feel like these girls, like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you get introduced to it. You still have to work hard. At the end, you're not the only person. Like Gigi, she's beautiful, even though I know it probably was easier for her to get into the whole thing because of her family. But at the end of the day, if she didn't really put the work in, she wouldn't get to where she needed to get. Like, you don't just because you're pretty, oh, I'm a model. No, it takes a lot of work. You got to get up. You got to work out. You have to watch what you eat. Like right now, I'm pretty much like, I mean, after 2 kids, I'm still a model, but after 2 kids, oh my God, I see it's not easy to lose the stomach. It's not.
It is not, let me tell you. And COVID has not, I'm still like recovering from COVID. Just let's put that out there. What about—
Did you ever catch COVID?
Well, I mean, I just from like, I'm saying, well, yes, I did have COVID, but I'm saying from like eating, like, it's hard to get rid of like what you eat. You're like, God, if I knew it was this hard, it was never this hard like 10 years ago. You're like, man, I would have done things a little differently.
After my son, I used to just eat anything. And after my daughter, I'm like, oh my God, I drink water, I get bigger. What's going on? It's not even about big. I just feel like I'm getting more tired. I'm more sleepy. I get fatigue. It's crazy. Can you hear my daughter in the background? I'm so sorry.
I could, but it doesn't bother me.
Oh, okay. Because the nanny is on the way now. But you're gonna edit this anyway, so like, okay.
Yeah, perfect. This will.
It feels more natural just talking to you. Like,
we have a very natural feel in this podcast, which I think is why people like listening.
I love it.
What about, you know, the first incarnation of Real Housewives of Miami, 2011 is when it started. I mean, you were still young at that time. Like, do you remember, like, were you aware of Real Housewives of Miami back then?
Oh my God. I used to be obsessed with Atlanta. That was the main franchise that I used to just watch and watch. Like I love Nene, I love Kenya. And in Miami, like I used to love well, I still love Alexia, but when I used to watch it before I got on the show, like Larsa was always somebody that I like. Alexia, Marysol, um, the one that was the dentist, was it Karen?
Karen, yeah.
I met her. She was super nice. Some of the ladies I met just through events, I didn't really know them, but I used to watch the show. Like Lisa was amazing. Like I watched the show, but I never picture myself to be on the show. I just always think, oh my God, these women are crazy. Like, why are they fighting so much? Why are they arguing so much? I never in a million years thought I would be part of the show. Like, I just never really, I was never a TV person. I just wanted to be a model, focus on my kids. I'm very private. And then now I'm like, oh my God, what happened to me?
Well, how did you start like getting in with this group? Like, did you know someone specifically? Who did you know before?
Well, I knew Guerdy. I knew Guerdy before. I met Alexia. I met Marysol. Obviously, Miami is a very social place. We are socialites here, so we go out. We all always end up the same event. It's like the same thing. So even if we were not friends talking every day, but we knew each other at some point, like just by going to all these events and communicating to each other. So yeah, I knew some of the ladies already.
Did you know what you were getting into? Because like you said, like you watched the show and it was all the fighting and the drama. Like, did you really know what you were getting into with the Real Housewives?
To be honest with you, I was not prepared. I decided to join the show. I was like, well, I would rather regret 5 years from now. I would rather say, you know what? I tried it. It was not my thing. Or instead of me, didn't give it a shot. And now I'm like, what if I'm not that type of person. I don't want to go back and say, oh, I should have, or what if I have done that? No, I will do it. If it work out, work out. You don't work out, okay, I tried. No regrets. Move on. That's it. Next.
So what do you think about your whole, season 4 has come and gone, like we're heading into season 5 soon. Like what was the experience like for you so far?
Season 4, I was really a newbie. I had no idea. I was just really being me in the show. Like I'm myself. Like the Kiki you're gonna see is the Kiki you're gonna get. This is me every day. There is nothing fake about it. Like season 4, the same way you saw me, I was just there. But now I understand. I'm like, oh, okay. So I get it. So it's gonna be a way much better season for me this season.
That's what so many people say that I've talked to. Like a lot of people say after the first season, like I didn't really know what to expect. I was like a deer in headlights. And then you're like, now I know how to play the game.
Right. Like it's not even a game. It really is like sometimes you get there, you drink, and then somebody's talking to you, you're just like, I'm drunk, But it's okay to get drunk, but you still need to be aware because why get drunk? You have to be able to communicate to your friend, not just staring at them like, I'm drunk, I don't want to have a conversation. So now I'm learning, So you can get drunk and have fun, but don't just freeze. Find the camera, talk, engage.
Do you have a high? Like, was there something that stuck out as positive? Like, what's your favorite thing about your